behind your
Oh, I
head.
do. I'm very like.
You're very goddess-like.
It actually looks like the way the split wall is. Mm-hmm. It looks like we're two different screens.
Oh, yeah.
I promise you, we're not.
Yeah. We can actually physically touch each other.
Okay. Now that we figured out all of our orientation stuff and.
Like I said on my post, we'll be on right now or in a few seconds.
Depends when the phone decides to cooperate.
Exactly. I also said on our post that we'll be drawing cards.
Ooh, we're drawing cards today?
Yeah.
I love this
so
plan.
this will be part of it. So I've got my Moonology cards.
Oh, I should have brought I have a new Oracle deck.
Oh.
That's okay.
That's okay. But she's got tarot.
I have the Witch's Garden Tarot.
There you go. There you go. But I remember the last time we were doing one of these, Tarot Delights. By the way, for the introduction, I'm Rhonda from Goddess Garage.
And I'm Kaela from Wayward Spirit.
And welcome to Tarot Delights. So the last time we did this, we said the next time we're on, we're going to talk about our origin stories.
Did we?
Yes, and how we got started.
So,
tarot.
Mine doesn't change. It just how it falls out of my mouth may change.
Yes, and I know I brought that up because in DC or Marvel or whatever,
yes,
there's always like the origin story.
Yeah.
And one of the saddest but most beautiful as well origin stories is the trash panda, as he's called, the raccoon.
Oh, the Rocket.
Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, he is such a tragic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, it explains so much about him, and it's like, oh my God. And it's one of the most touching origin stories. Like, they all have, these great origin stories. I mean, Spider-Man got bit by a spider, but
Radioactive spider,
yeah.
Well, it's funny because every so often, I work with kids, and one of these days, you guys are gonna be my villain origin story because they have a way of just getting in there. I don't say that very often, but there have been a couple of kids, and I'm like, yeah, I could see you going dark.
Yeah, right.
So when will your villain origin story start? No, so that was just a little joke.
Yeah.
It was Monday. It was a snow day, and
Oh, okay.
no buses, so we were all sorts of.
Oh, but kids still showed up?
Kids still showed up and got picked up by their parents, and it was a relatively good day. Gotta admit, it was pretty good. But yeah,
You're a little off screen, so I want to bring you more in.
Well, I guess, yeah, because I'm the way I'm.
And it's weird because the thing doesn't have to be centered to be centered with
it's
us.
weird.
Yeah.
I never figured that out properly, regardless of how many videos I do, and I do more TikToks than I do YouTube. And I'm like, where am I in relation to the camera? And the camera's all over here, and I'm like, okay, I'm still on the screen, works for me.
Yeah, right. It's like one time the screen was way over there, but it was center.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember that because we were like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I should be looking
Really
way over
weird.
there.
Exactly. Oh, goodness. So, do you want to start?
Sure. I guess, tarot, I got into tarot in 2012. Mm-hmm. So that was 20 years ago.
Right.
But it wasn't until I had a death in the family that it really kind of was okay, what's out there? So the universe and I are the other realm. For all those Sabrina people have that little lingo. I always had a you leave me alone, I leave you alone. I was curious, but I was I'm willing to leave it alone as long as nothing came after me. Not that anything bad would have. But it wasn't until I had a death in the family in 2018 that I was okay, what's out there? I'm not living up to my true potential. I know there's more to this life than death and taxes.
Right.
So it was then that I really started to kind of go back to the tarot deck and what is this? And then I you and I had been talking a little bit, but not enough to really let's dive in. And so yeah, that kind of started my diving in. And then 2019 I took my first Reiki course, and it was what was her name? I don't remember. Lovely woman. And if it wasn't for her doing a pay what you can Reiki 1, I wouldn't realize how much Reiki is amazing and life changing for you. And then I furthered with you and Reiki Master Tarot Reader later.
Yeah.
Here I am.
You took my course. And
Yeah.
Here you are. And you'd done a number of tarot readings with me.
Yeah.
And we've done some bloom sessions, essentially. Is
Yes.
what they
yes, I remember
are.
that.
Yeah.
Every so often I find those notes and I'm like, ooh, did I ever finish these?
Yeah. So, I mean, your story, especially the beginning, is not uncommon. Like, you tend to dabble, I find, in tarot before you go all in.
But I mean, I feel like sometimes there are kind of like moments in life where you're like, hard stop, this needs to happen. Those like fixed points of like something not catastrophic, I can't say. Like sometimes it's not negative.
But it's sort of a St. Paul moment, as I call it, right? And St. Paul was the guy that got struck by light of God, and he had the great epiphany. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're bringing the Bible into this? Well, the Bible is a book that is referred to a lot. And just because you do tarot doesn't mean you don't have faith in something.
Yeah.
You know, it could be, you know, like you go to church and you also do tarot. Because a lot of people think tarot is evil.
Which is unfortunate because it's not. It's a tool.
It's a tool. It's
Right?
absolutely.
Like
it's been used as a psychology tool, even.
Yes.
You don't think Rorschach tests are evil because, you know, it's just what the person sees, right? Yeah, they're the
What do you see?
things.
Yeah. But it's interesting though because I remember I was buying. What did I buy? I bought a tarot deck. I think because I was like, I needed something that I could shuffle. If I lost it, it wasn't like a huge deal. So it was like one of those like mass market tarot decks. And I remember the guy at the counter was like, "So does that actually work?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a tool. Like it's you can." I'm like, "You could learn to use it if you want." But he had this like hesitation of like, "I'm good." And I'm like, fair.
And there's a reason why, like, the church banned the tarot only because there was a Pope-esque card in it. She's the high priestess in the tarot, and her nickname was the Pope-esque. And this was around the time that they had actually a couple of popes because they were, you know, debating on where the real pope was. They also had scandals of, you know, a female pope slipping in and that sort of thing. And that really riled up the patriarchy, so to speak, right? And so they banned the tarot for that reason, not because there's anything demonic in it, kind of thing. Because there is the devil card, and a lot of people think, oh, that's part of the reason. It's like, there's the devil in the Bible, too.
Well,
there's the devil in you know, any Christian belief system.
Because not every belief system does believe in that like canon of good and evil. Like I think Christianity is one of the only ones.
Well, no, there are other faiths do believe in dark and light.
Okay.
So, and good and bad and that sort of thing, because there is good and bad in all of us. And to deny that, in fact, one of the only religions that denies that part is Wicca. Because they say the devil doesn't exist. Well, not for you in, you know, concept maybe. And yes, you know, a lot of the old gods are made into new gods. And but that's been going on for eons. Like even the god Saturn used to be a female goddess.
Yes. Well, it's even with so you have Greek mythology and Roman mythology, right? Like a lot of those, what started out as Greek gods turned into Roman gods because Romans
they were actually around the same time period. I think what you're trying to say is a lot of I'm trying to think of the Sumerians and Sanskrit. Who wrote Sanskrit?
Couldn't tell you.
Anyways, the people that use Sanskrit, which is one of the oldest languages they have outside of cave drawings, you know, they and a lot of the gods and goddesses from India and Persia and those kind of places were taken and transformed into Greek and Roman gods and goddesses, because Greek and Roman gods and goddesses were right around the same time.
Well, I mean, history is written by the victor, right?
Yeah.
So like depends on and that's the same with like a lot of Celtic.
Romans were definitely conquering the world.
So at least in a lot of the Celtic mythology, or even Celtic theology and history, a lot of it isn't known because they were very oral tradition.
Yeah, some of it was very oral.
So we're not always sure about what gets passed down.
But the Greek people, or the Celtic people, AKA Irish. I know there's more than just Irish.
Irish, Scottish, yep.
Yeah, and it covered a lot of Northern Europe as well, parts of
Scandinavian.
and France
Yeah.
and whatnot. And then they kind of moved forward, upwards, not forward, but upwards to England and Scotland and Ireland. But the Irish people, I know, speaking from an Irish descent, we can be very stubborn at times.
We'll find a way.
And we had the goddess Bridget for a long, long time. She was our major goddess, one of our major goddesses. And when the Catholic Church tried to take over the Irish
They
people,
couldn't. Didn't they canonized her?
they canonized her. And then there was a nun about 100 years later that was actually named Bridget. So they said, no, that's the one we meant as the saint. But no, they canonized her 100 years before the real person lived. And what's funny is that Bridget was a part of a convent that took care of keeping the sacred flame of Bridget alive. And they still do it to this day, but they call it something else. They call it St. Bridget's Flame. So I guess not too far off, but now it's St. Bridget's Flame as opposed to Goddess Bridget's Flame. But yeah, they're still keeping it alive.
Well, and I mean, good kudos to them, because that's
I know, it's a very old flame.
a very old flame and a very good calling, I guess you could say.
Yes, yes. So for anyone that's watching us live, has to be live because we can't hear you afterward, not
Yes.
live. We will be pulling cards. So I'll be pulling from my Moonology and tarot deck. All you have to do is leave a comment, say hi.
Yep.
You don't even have to say anything,
Of substance.
of
Just
substance. Just say hey so that we know you're here and we'll pull a card for you or a couple of cards and we'll match them up and see what's going on.
say hey. Ooh, I like that plan.
Yes, yes. So my origin story starts a little bit earlier than yours because I'm a little bit older than you are. But I do remember like in my late teens getting a tarot deck and I would play with it. I didn't know what I was doing at all. And for whatever reason, my brain was not ready to receive what the 78 cards meant.
Well, it's a lot.
It is a lot and it can be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so weirdly enough, when I got diagnosed with cancer is when I took the serious run at tarot.
Okay.
I'd taken a couple of sort of half-assed runs before then. I was in awe of anyone that could read tarot. And I had my cards done probably at least a half a dozen times. And sometimes it fit and sometimes it didn't. But I do come from a family past that were very psychic and empathetic as well, or empaths. My grandfather had the gift. And, my grandfather on my one side was Irish. And, we would joke that his guardian angel was actually a leprechaun because he truly believed in the fair folk, the little people.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about them, you never actually use the F word
Okay.
because it insults them. So he wouldn't call them that. He'd call them the little people.
The little people.
Yeah, and he totally believed in the banshees and he bought the whole thing. He kept a rosary with him. And, Grandma went to church a lot. I think he thought maybe, Munchausen's by church, right?
By proxy. Oh my God, I love it. Grandma goes to church. I'm good too.
Exactly. She's covering us both.
That's amazing.
So I grew up in a very Catholic background, obviously, and my mom had some gifts as well, and I had a weird gift. Like my grandfather could dream about things and know things that he had no way of knowing, So it turned out I had kind of the same gift because my mom would come to me once in a while and say, have you had any dreams, and want to know about my dreams and things like that. So, and then she forbade me from doing astral projection because I could do it.
Oh, yes. Well, it can be if you don't know how to tether yourself properly.
Well, as a kid, I just naturally did. I walk around the house at night.
Yeah.
Or I'd float on the ceiling, I told my mom once, and watch myself sleep. And she, although she liked my psychic gifts, felt like the devil's going to enter your body if you...
Oh, like if you're up
leaving.
here,
Yeah.
and you're leaving, there's room for someone to or something to come in.
Yes.
Okay, I can see it.
So she put the fear of God into me about
Yep.
that. So she quashed that gift. But fortunately, she didn't quash a lot of the other gifts. Mm-hmm. As parents, we're not perfect. So that was just her weird thing. Don't leave your body.
I can see it.
And I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, she's talking about Padre Pio, who was a saint in the Catholic Church, who was famous for having saved a couple of soldiers in World War II.
Okay.
But he was not on the front lines, but the soldiers would swear to God they talked to him.
Oh, so he himself was astral projecting.
Exactly.
Don't leave your body, but don't worry, the saints can.
The saints can. And I am by no means a saint, but nevertheless.
No, I love that. There's a lot of contradiction in Catholicism.
There definitely is. And there's probably a lot of contradiction in a lot of spiritual paths, no matter what.
It's like our laws, right? Like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be going out on a limb here. You make a law because it fits with society, but then like 100 to 250 years later, like for example, witchcraft used to be you could get stoned for like not the fun kind of stoned, the murder kind of stoned, for being a witch or a healing person or whatever.
You can also get killed for being Catholic or being Protestant.
Yeah.
Depending on which
Depending
way
on where you were.
the throne was going at that time.
So it's like it's always really interesting when I watch. It's like hey, this is the law now, and then like 200 years later, like, oh, we probably should change that.
Yeah.
So I find the same thing with spirituality. Like what we're okay with and what we abide by depends on society.
There's always evolution that needs to happen, right? I mean, if you look back at some of the silly laws, right? Like there was one, I can't remember exactly what it was, so don't quote me, but it was like you cannot walk with a bag of snakes on the streets on Sundays or something. It's just
that way they had to observe Sabbath. No one can carry snakes on Sundays.
Yeah.
I'm gonna giggle about that. I'm gonna be going to work on a Sunday, being like snakes on a Sunday. Yeah. Sorry.
And it was like stupid little
no. Or it's like
that some of them still are on the books technically because no one's gone back far enough to go, yeah, this is a stupid one.
Or like wearing pants or something. I feel like there's one that's something to do with wearing pants. Yeah. So it's like we as a society have done a better job since back then about like bringing ourselves further to like the future.
Yeah, in some ways. We take 3 steps forward and then 2 steps back, right? It's like
depends on where you live too.
Yeah.
Because sorry to the neighbors to the south, because this does not apply.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of their laws are great, and I do admire. Like, for instance, the United States does have freedom of speech. Canada is qualified freedom of speech. We don't have the true unindated freedom of speech.
We have freedom of press, though.
Read your Constitution.
Oh, okay.
And it does not give us the same freedom of speech the way the States does.
Oh.
And I do like the idea of an unedited, like being able to say what you think, what you feel, perhaps what you value. You might not agree with the other person. And like there are certain laws in the States, like you can't be in a theater and yell fire, for instance, right?
Yes.
But we do have hate speech that the States does not. And hate speech, even when I first read the Constitution when it first came in, I was like, I don't know if I agree with that 100%. Partly because I don't want anyone to say, these people, this group of people are awful, kind of thing. But at the same time, I want everybody to be able to have their view, even one I don't agree with, even one that I view as immoral.
Well, it's
because letting all voices,
right? Like, and by we, I mean the people who fought wars.
Yes, yeah, because Remembrance Day is coming up.
Yeah, so they fought for the right for people to have their viewpoints
and to celebrate Christmas before Christmas. Because that was always a big thing. Don't put up your Christmas decorations before.
Oh, it's still a thing. I read a post the other day, and it was like comments were like, "You should be putting up your Christmas lights," and it's like people the Legion doesn't care. The veterans don't care. As long as, like, nobody's killing each other on the streets.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right? And it's like, if you're putting up Christmas lights, maybe you're in a bit of a worrisome state that this Christmas isn't going to be great. So you want to start
Early, yeah.
early and bringing joy to yourself, to
Yeah.
other people, whatever it might be. Yes, August is a little early for Christmas, but
Same time, I don't take my Christmas lights down. We just don't plug them in. Ours is purely laziness and, like, how many times do you want to go on a ladder in a year?
right? Yeah, I don't understand.
I would like my husband not to break his back.
Yeah, I don't understand these people that get up there every year and
Oh, I know.
Put them up
My
again.
neighbor did that. I was like, what are you doing? Just leave them up. It's fine.
and now there's lawn signs, I've seen them, of guys that will come and professionally do your lights.
Okay.
And I can imagine how much that would cost. I mean, good for them to find a niche. But,
Yeah.
you know,
I
it's
mean, like, if
that's
I
probably.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of ladders, so, like, I would probably pay someone if I didn't have a husband who does it for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter one way or the other. I knew a family. It was funny because her kids hated it, but literally she would love Halloween. House would be decorated for Halloween. The next day, it would be like if you went over to her house, she was decorating for Christmas. It was as of November 1st. Christmas was at her house.
My daughter does that if she's
does she?
allowed. She's not allowed to put the Christmas tree up, but she does start with Christmas.
Yeah, like Catherine has a very, like, I love, because she brings so much joy, and she's always got her hands in something crafty.
Right,
Because, like,
yeah.
she posted a picture recently. Is she prepping? Was
For
like
the
last
birthday party.
Right, okay, birthday party.
Yeah.
I was like, she's doing something crafty recently.
Yeah. So because the girls are born so close together on the calendar, she does a one big party. I used to do the same thing with her and her brother, because her and her brother are less than a month apart on the calendar.
Yeah.
Not less than a month apart, obviously, for pregnancy.
It would be hard.
Yeah, and impossible, unless there was some adoption that was done. Yeah, so when Catherine was 1 month old, I decided to adopt. No. But yeah, I would often do a combined birthday party. Yeah.
Well, and it's like, I've talked to a couple of kids that are like, yeah, my birthday's on, like, December 23rd. I'm like, do you have, like, a Christmas pile and a birthday pile? Or do you, like, do Christmas and then New Year's do your birthday? Like,
A lot of Christmas holiday babies get overlooked because Mark, my husband, is born December 31st. And I have even thrown him a birthday party, and some of the people that came thought it was a New Year's Eve party.
oh no. Like, I get it, but at the same time, like, it's a birthday party first.
Yeah. And even I've been guilty of, like, oh yeah, here's a birthday present wrapped in Christmas paper. Because I basically just took the Christmas pile and grabbed a gift out of it. Yeah, that's the one I meant for your birthday.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Josh is born in March and I'm born in April, so like we don't.
So you don't have a lot of.
we don't have that problem. Yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only real problem I have with my birthday is sometimes Easter lands on it.
Yes.
But it's not like every single
No.
year, right? Like my brother's born right around Thanksgiving. He's like 2 or 3 days after Thanksgiving, normally speaking. So his birthday dinner was always turkey.
It's like, Mom, I hate turkey.
I know. He's like, I don't want turkey for my birthday anymore.
Oh no. Oh, that's too funny.
I mean, at least there aren't gifts and stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like, oh, Ryan, here's your Thanksgiving gift and your birthday gift. Or the people that try to combine,
Yeah.
it's both for you, you know?
Well, the only time my parents ever did that is like when I was I in grade 8? Had to have been before high school. Yes, it was, because I like hyper focused on music so hard. So summer of grade 6, we were allowed to bring instruments home because we were going to start them in grade 7.
Oh, okay.
By grade 8, I was like, I want my own.
Oh, okay.
I'm willing to get a job, to pay for it myself, just give me. And so my parents did help me, but like I did half, they did half. And then I remember.
And you were just buying a clarinet.
Yeah.
Trust me, the French horn's way more.
Yeah, no. I wasn't. I was on the like the cheaper end of the band scale, because you know
You can get a good clarinet for $20.
Yeah, and so I remember thanking my dad who was working shift work, so he kind of like was like half awake. And I was like, thank you. He's like, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday for like 2 years. I was like, okay. He's like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because at that point they were pretty scrapped for cash.
Yeah. And a brand new clarinet is obviously more than $20, but it's on the. You're right. It's on the.
Lower end of like
It's not
expensive,
like buying a tuba
or
something.
like a trombone or drum kit. Oh my god, they would have killed me if it was a drum kit.
Yeah, right. Not just for the expense, but also for the fact that you're doing drums inside the house.
Oh, when I was auditioning for band, they were like, something else, play something else, anything else.
Yeah. So when I was diagnosed with cancer was when I took my first real serious run, and I had a teacher from England.
Ooh.
That I did online lessons with, and I mean, I had a lot of time off, so let's do this. Plus, I think it's weird how things happen for you in the right moment, because cancer for me was my 180, or one of my 180s in life, where it's like, okay, I was going down a very bad path. I was getting very jaded and bitter and all these kind of things. And cancer was the thing that turned me. And had I tried to study tarot before then, I still wouldn't have gotten it. I still wouldn't have had the compassion or empathy.
And that's it. Like, I feel like things happen for a reason. Like, what am I doing currently? I'm redoing something. I don't remember which certification. But it's like, it's supposed to happen a certain way, even though I want it to happen a different way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, I wish I could do path A, or really it's path D at this point.
Right. Right.
So I could see that, like, without getting through all the stuff that has happened beforehand, I wouldn't be at this point in time in taking path D when really I wanted path A. So like, I could see that you needed to go through all of the stuff that you went through in order for it to make sense at the time that it did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And when I did take it, it came to me a lot easier. It wasn't quite as overwhelming.
Ooh, nice.
Because when it's the right time, it comes easily. Just like I often tell clients too, when it's time to release something or let something go, it's easier to do and let it go if it's the right time. And so I often do cards to tell you, this is the energy to let go in. So whatever habit you've been trying to break, whether it's, eating past 7 or smoking cigarettes or whatever, it's like there's no point on quitting smoking if it's not your time. But maybe now is your time or whatever, right? Kind of thing. So it's interesting how those things work, because we often make things, I was just seeing if there was someone there, harder on ourselves than we need to.
Well, and I also feel like we're so inundated with a lot of things. Like, we put a lot of stuff on ourselves. Like, I could get one job and then go home at night and be fine. I'm not, because I'm in debt. But like, I have put a couple of more jobs on top of that, which adds a whole other element of scheduling and everything else. So it's like, but that was my choice.
Right.
Like,
so absolutely.
So it's all in how you deal with it. And I mean, your body is gonna pay a price eventually, because I'm looking at the job I'm doing now and I'm like, do I really want to do this when I'm 60?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like, I jokingly say, when I was an esthetician, I had my own spa and salon. I would say I wanted to be a healer and a doctor, but I couldn't afford medical school. So I went to beauty school instead.
I like that. But you were still a healer.
But now I'm even more of a healer on a different level. I'm a shaman. I've been able to embrace what needs to be there as a witness for clients sometimes, what needs to be there to be empathetic, to be psychic, to be able to touch into those other realms, as you say. And I avoided the other realms for a while too. I mean, the fairies, sorry that I called them that, but the fairies have always been a thing in my life. Like, my Nana was Scottish, so she believed in them too, and her house was just full of them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and my grandpa was Irish, so he definitely believed in the little people. So like, that realm's always been open to me. And I've often seen them as well, right? And had help from them. And being Catholic, angels don't belong just to the Catholics, by the way.
No.
Angels are known even before mankind was around, and they're written about in Sanskrit writings and things like that. So they cut across every faith. So I've taught, but being Catholic, we were taught to pray to our guardian angel, and St. Michael's a big guy, could see through Lucifer to hell and all that kind of stuff. And he's Gabriel's in the Bible because he's the one that told Mary she's pregnant. He's also the one that told Joseph, like, I know you think Mary's a whore, but she's not.
Promise you. See this through, dude.
So marry her because it's going to bring you good things.
Yeah.
so
Which is
anyways.
interesting because, like, I know the Bible is parables, but, like, I love taking, like, for example, say, is it Gabriel that Joseph's talking to?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, say Joseph, you're reading the story about how Joseph's talking to Gabriel.
Actually, it's Gabriel talking to Joseph. But
Okay.
anyways.
But, like, imagine, like, if you took that literally for a second, people would think you were crazy.
Yeah, but I have literally talked to an angel.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I totally get what
No, like,
St. Joe went through.
I talked on a frequency level with, like, people's guides or trees and more trees. I'm a tree reader in a sense. So I can understand where people are coming from when they're like, my God said this. I was like, oh yeah, what else did they say? Like, I don't even bat an eyelash anymore. And some people are like, what? I'm like, no. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't bat an eyelash. However, I do have a true skeptic in me as well.
100%.
Because a lot of times people will say, oh yes, I had this happen to me. And it's like, did it really? Or are you just saying that because you want to be part of the crowd? Or also too, like I had a client of mine that said that St. Michael was her guardian angel. And I'm like, okay, maybe you're really connected and you feel St. Michael. However, St. Michael's a very busy boy. He's the top archangel in heaven. Got a lot of paperwork, people, a lot of paperwork. So, he's not coming and going as you back and call him.
No.
And we get a guardian angel, and guardian angels are a different hierarchy than the archangels. And of the archangels, Saint Raphael is the archangel for humanity. He will come at our beck and call because he's the angel for humanity.
Yeah.
Saint Michael, however, will definitely always come to our defense. If you're actually in the throes, sword fighting with the devil himself, Saint Michael will come.
Yep.
But he's not your pal.
He's not gonna be like, okay, so I'm gonna show up for beers,
Yeah.
and we're gonna chit chat this out.
We're gonna have a good Saturday night.
Can you imagine? Like, I find it really interesting because, like, there are some people I've met that I'm like, okay, it's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but I gotta give people benefit of the doubt. Da, 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 da. I also, that's a question for later. Sorry, I don't want.
Yeah, and sometimes people have their own truth.
Yeah.
Right? And their reality might not be your reality.
No, and I find that really interesting too because a lot of the kiddos. Some of the kiddos, like, I have to weed through the story. So I'm like, okay, so what's the story? And it doesn't have to be, like, it could be a story from home, or it could be a story of, like, hey, I read this book, and here's what happened, and I think it's really cool because...
Or it could be 10 stories coming at you all at once.
Oh, yeah, which undiagnosed ADHD definitely helps. Because I'm like, okay, we're following over here now, and over here, and I almost keep up. Because... it takes it because like someone today had a story and I'm like, do we know whether it was like a recent story or like we have to figure out where the timeline fits story,
right?
And they were like, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm like, that's usually the question I have. Is it a timeline story of like where does it fit on the timeline, or is it a today's story? Like,
and a kid's timeline is here, over there, back here.
But it really makes you appreciate like some of the, because like to them, that's the biggest thing that they have right now. Right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What they're telling you, whether it's because they're upset or they're excited or whatever, that is the biggest thing. And the fact that they're telling you is kind of like, oh, thanks for telling me.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a habit of correcting my granddaughters as they speak because they will say things like, I had gotten to, like they'll add ED to words that either I worked or did. Right?
See, that's fine though, because you're correcting how they speak so that eventually the the speaking is proper.
Yeah, I'm not correcting in judgment.
No.
You know,
That's it. My parents and grandparents used to do the same thing.
my mom did the same thing. Well, my mom was an English major, so of course she did the same thing.
Your mom's like, you will speak properly.
Yes, I know the difference between there, and there.
So many people don't.
I know, right? Or fewer and less than.
Yep.
I've seen professionals misuse that. So when you say there's less people in the room, that means I've hacked off your arm and thrown it out the door, and I've hacked off my leg from the knee down and thrown it out the door. That's what less people means. If you want fewer people in the room, that means Kaela's left and I'm still here. But yes, otherwise you're talking body parts when you're talking less than.
It's been a while since I've heard that one. That's funny.
That's for the true English majors.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I've even heard professionals like news people misuse those two phrases.
Well, and I mean, writing nowadays is atrocious.
Oh, it
Like,
is.
My first drafts are also atrocious, but I'm like,
Well,
okay,
yeah.
now I got to go through an edit.
But you don't post that up in public and say, hey, here's what I have to say.
No. Goes through many, many revisions.
And I'm just thinking, like, I get spell checker once in a while, or like, you know, when you're typing stuff in, sometimes I think it's my dyslexia. I forget words.
Yeah.
Like, I am doing this, but
Yeah.
I'll put I doing this, so it sounds like, oh. But it's like Google or Facebook will correct and go underline it, and I'll be like, what's wrong with that? And I either spot it or
Yeah.
you click on it. It
Yeah.
tells you how you've screwed up yet again. And but it's like, how many people does Google or Facebook just go, never mind.
Who knows? Like, I find it really interesting because a lot of the kiddos, so I'm in a 7-8 class, and so they're like, why can't I just use ChatGPT? I'm like,
Oh.
because you need to figure out how to do this on your own.
Yeah.
So that when you do it with ChatGPT, you can catch the errors. They're like, oh no, they'll do it
Yeah.
for me. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
Perfect.
It's
not
not.
perfect.
It's only as good as you give it. And if you're not giving it good quality stuff, like,
If you're giving it crap, it'll give you bad crap.
And I just like, I'm so glad I got my degree without ChatGPT.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Like-
because it would be so tempting.
Well, not like
It would be tempting, definitely.
But like organizing your thoughts with ChatGPT is a lot different than here, write this for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you didn't even have ChatGPT to help organize your thoughts. You had to figure that out for yourself.
Oh yeah, no. So the only time we had to use or we used AI in college was there was like a checker we had to put everything through so that it was a plagiarism checker. That's where ChatGPT was 13, 14 years ago.
So, you know, that's a useful
Yeah.
use of that sort of
Yeah,
technology.
and all of our professors.
So it
or
wasn't
all of our-
helping you in any way. It was just saying,
It was you need to fix this. And if you, like, I think it was anything over 10% we had to fix. Anything under 10% was just citations.
Oh, okay.
Because we would have to, like, cite things in our research.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
So anything under 10% was just citations, but anything over 10% is potentially plagiarism. And I'm sure it's gotten worse. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I don't use it regularly.
Yeah.
I'll use it
yeah.
for idea generation. Like, hey, I want a post that has X, Y, and Z. And then they'll be like, try this. And I'm like, nah, I don't like any of those. And then I just do my own thing.
Yeah. Or I'll use it maybe to polish something up. I might use it like, okay, I've got this idea and this idea and this idea about this subject. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, so
You
they
know,
can kind of fill in the blanks.
so it can fill in the blanks, and then often I'll like put full things that I've written in, so it's still in my own words, and it will it will say, well, what if you said this instead, right?
See, I don't trust it with any of my writing. I'm like idea generation, or not idea generation, but like nitpicking. So say I had a broad topic and I wanted to like
I don't trust it for broad topics.
chunking it down, that I'd be okay with, as long as it made sense in my brain.
Yeah.
But I would not give it like an entire chunk of what I've written.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. I mean, some of it, like, I'll generally do like 1 or 2 paragraphs that I've written of something that's like, you know, polish it up or whatever. And, you know, like I fully vet it. Because there's been times where I'm like, yeah, take this and polish it up, and I'll say something, I'll be like, that's not what I'm trying to say. You're way off base.
And then we're like, all right, we still need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Or my words were better to begin with, so I'm just gonna stick with my own words.
Well, it's like any piece of technology. Like, it's only good until it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like,
the machines
Scanner.
are going to take over.
Oh yeah, totally. As we talk
We
into a
are
phone.
creating stupid people with AI.
Oh, we totally are.
Yeah.
They're like grade 8s, grade 7s. Why can't I ask
Yeah.
ChatGPT? Why do I have to do this myself? And I'm like,
And how many kids in high school are already probably using it as their homework buddy?
yeah,
You know?
100%.
And
But the thing is like, so I took a course recently, like 2015. No, not 2015.
there's whole courses now on AI.
Oh, 100%.
And how to use it to make millions.
When did I go back that I didn't finish because I lost track and didn't like it?
Oh, it was during COVID.
It was during COVID. So certainly after COVID, one of the exams, like, so Grammarly is a tool that is kind of like AI.
Yeah.
Everything had to be shut off. No Grammarly, no nothing.
Oh.
And I was like, people are gonna die. Like, I'm fine.
I had to take a test like that. I became a travel agent during COVID.
That's fantastic. Did you start that before COVID and then be like, oh, this will be great, and then COVID happened and you're like, well, maybe this isn't such a good idea.
No, COVID happened and I was like, let's see if I can become a travel agent.
Because I was like, we're not traveling right now.
No, but I was like, hey, I like to travel. Maybe that's something I can pursue, you know?
Get checks and balances of like, okay, so if I help X amount of people travel, then I get to travel myself.
Yeah, exactly. So, so that test, and it was just like, a lot of it was wordplay, and it was very dry government standards and things like that, right? So it's just like, oh my God. But yeah, you had to, like, no firewalls were allowed, and, you had to be in a certain setting, and you couldn't have certain programs. If you did, you have to delete them and blah, blah, blah. Even Mark, who is a computer tech or was a computer tech, had a hard time setting it up for all the standards they had to be able to take this test. And, I passed, thank God, but it was just like, oh,
My
shit.
favorite, what was it? What did I have to take recently? And I was driving me, because it was like the certification. So, it was Smart Surf. So you do the test, but then they have to like check your ID. The amount of times I was like, here's my ID. Oh, no, it didn't get it clear enough.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
my ID. And I'm like, it's almost not worth it.
Yeah, right? It's like, if you don't fucking see this right now, that's it, I'm out.
Well, and it's like, if I didn't need it for a job, I'd be like, screw it, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I do need it for my job, and technically
But it's like, use better technology than
what? I'm like, I know the technology exists.
Like right now, AI could write the entire Encyclopedia Britannica for you, but you can't read my goddamn driver's license.
Right? Oh my goodness. So this turned into like a little bit of a ranty video.
Yeah.
Since nobody's on here.
Yeah, no one's on, and we've kind of heard what our origin stories were and are. And
if you want to leave your kind of dabble of tarot of like, hey, this is how I started, or this is how it's going, or I want to start.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments where you feel you are. Like, are you, baby, as they call it.
Baby witch.
Baby witch, a baby tarot person. Because not all witches read tarot, and not all people that read tarot are witches. So let's just get that out of the way, because that's a big myth too. And also, for those of you that are new to tarot, you do not have to have your first deck gifted to you.
Go out and buy it if you want it.
Yes, because it's going to be connected to you in a very intimate way. So you want one that you resonate with, especially when you're first beginning. It's not so much about what your clients resonate with, it's what you resonate with.
Because it's how you're reading it.
It's your tool, it's your handsaw, it's your drill. So get a tool that fits you properly so you can do the job properly.
Speaking of tools, my kids spent last week in woodshop.
Oh,
and
always fun, and
I have a new appreciation. So
Very
McCormick
dangerous.
Wands, they were at Fantasy in the Forest this year, and they make phenomenal wands. I'm like, why didn't I bring my wand to show you? Because I definitely bought one. They make phenomenal wands, and like the woodshop, because we were working with pine, smells amazing.
oh yeah.
But like the tediousness of it, of like trying to get them to like pay attention, and then
not chop off a finger at the same time.
They were using manual saws, so that worked out. So they were taught and shown like how to do everything properly, and there was like a no 3 strikes, you're out. If you were doing anything unsafe, you were gone.
Yeah.
Good
call.
But it was just really interesting because, like, I have a little bit of a perfectionist, so they had to do their own measuring and their own cutting, and I'm just like, that's not okay. Yep, that's your box. You enjoy that.
They weren't taught the measure twice, cut
Oh,
once.
they were. They just didn't listen. So, like, I just wanted to.
And even with a handsaw, you can still saw through a finger.
You can. Well, they were really good. They were given gloves. They could wear two if they wanted to, but like the hand that had the saw back here didn't need one. But if you were holding a piece of wood, it had to be gloved.
Gloved?
Yeah.
Chainmail gloved or
Just
cool
glove. It wasn't chainmail, but it was.
chainmail would have been cooler.
Yes.
Even butchers have to wear chainmail.
Really?
Yeah, because some of the saws they deal with are very sharp.
No thanks.
So at least with chainmail, it has to hit the metal first.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's.
Because with gloves, you're still dealing with, even if it's a leather glove, you're still dealing with material. You know?
Yeah. So
But at least it gives a buffer.
I got a really good appreciation for the people who work with wood, and kudos to you, because that stuff, like measuring twice, and like honestly, it was one point they had to do a custom cut, and the teacher was trying to explain it to me to try to like mark it off on the wood, and I was like, no, fractions and me don't get along.
Oh no!
So I was like, unless you make it like 3 1/4, like quarters,
Yeah.
it's not gonna make sense.
That's about as small as you get.
Yeah.
8s and 16s.
Well, 8s and 16s, it depends. And I was like, if you can show me on a, like, what you mean on a, like, measuring tape, which he eventually did, and then we divided it down because it was the lowest common denominator, which my kids are doing today.
Nice.
And lowest common denominator. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. If you start going into, like, 32 seconds stuff.
Oh yeah, you're starting to lose me there too.
Yeah.
Now, were you doing it in metric or in inches? Oh,
Inches.
the king's measurements. All right.
It was definitely in inches because that was the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
And I mean, kudos to the kids because they had done up their plans the week before. And then they went in and they had to like measure twice, cut once, and then it was really interesting.
And they were like, meh, meh, okay, I'm cutting.
Yeah.
And it's still wrong.
Well, it's funny because one of the kids was like, how's this going to turn out? I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you put it together and see? Because I don't see from like paper to like, so like, again, say this is a box.
Yeah.
And you have like 4 sides. If it's on paper first, my brain don't see this.
Yeah, I get
Like
that.
I need to see like, this is side 1, this is side 2, this is side, anyway. So it was really interesting. And they're like, how do you not get this? I'm like, I did not do wood shop in high school.
Yeah, no,
you are
neither did
very
I.
lucky to be able to do this.
But that was back when wood shop was offered in school. First of all, it was only offered in high school.
yes, so they're really lucky to have this in elementary. Like
Yeah.
that's not an everyday or an every.
And it was only boys.
really.
Yeah, girls did the home economics.
That's right, because we still lived in the time of like gendered.
Well, I remember one guy took the typing class, and he was the only guy in the entire school, high school, Regi, that
Yeah.
took typing.
He's probably thanking himself now.
Well, yeah, because he's like, well, we're going to need it for computers.
Yeah.
Computers weren't yet introduced into the schools.
No.
That's how old I am, kids.
Even with the labs though, they're like, oh, we have to go to the lab, and I'm like, computer lab, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not a thing anymore. You guys don't just have computers.
Yes.
I'm like, what do you mean we don't have a computer lab anymore? And my brain just kind of like, what?
My husband and I like to call it a laboratory.
Laboratory.
We just watched Frankenstein on Netflix. Good monster
one.
movie.
Yeah.
It's really kind of cool. I'm not going to give anything away, but the way they've set it up, I love it because they have the creator of Frankenstein telling his story of Frankenstein.
Ooh.
And then we have Frankenstein telling his version.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's interesting.
Written by Mary Shelley, who was the first woman to write in that genre of sci-fi monster type
And we
stuff.
still study it to this day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's the original Frankenstein it takes a bit to get into because it's a different language. It's sort of like reading Shakespeare in a way.
Yep.
Because it's written differently. So even though it's a slim book and it's small, because a lot of people.
dense.
Yeah, she's dense.
She's dense.
Very dense.
But she's a good read. It's a very good read.
It's a very good read. Definitely one to be able to say, I've read it. Good one to add on to. I know a lot of people went after it. They couldn't get, I think it was Dracula, something like that, was the slimmest book in the library that qualified for a book report.
Yeah.
Frankenstein was the next slimmest.
And they're like, oh, I'll do the slimmest one. It won't be that bad. And then they get in. They're like,
yeah, they're
what did I
like,
get
what the
into?
hell did I just?
Well, that was me with Robinson Crusoe. I don't think I ever finished that book. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. No, it won't.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Yeah, I had that one as a kid, and yeah, it took me a few goes to get through it.
I would rather read Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I can make sense of Shakespeare. I could not make sense of Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah, that's like, I want to like Jane Austen, and I do. I love all of the movies. I want to like the books, but to me, it's a hard read.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I do read Shakespeare easier. I have read a few Jane Austen. I've made myself sit down and read them, but it's a hard road for me.
Which is interesting because, like, it's unfortunate that, like, kids don't have the same appreciation. Because, like, getting them to read a book any day now is, like, pulling teeth.
I know. And
I'm
people
like,
are like,
this is
well,
normal
they read
books.
graphic novels. That's all well and good. But that's not, to me, that's not traditional reading. Sit down with a book that has words on all the paper that you see, very few pictures, if any at all, and have them flip through that book and read it.
It would depend on how your brain processes things, right?
True.
I
am a dyslexic who learned how to read.
Fair. Yeah. What did I see? I'm gonna have to bring it next time. I'll have, because it's on my phone and we're recording, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to see this, but
Let
I
me
can't.
just look this up.
It's literally like, what if people don't become readers because when they open books, it's blank to them? Like,
Right.
Like for people who are readers, our brain sees words, who can form pictures. Like, I'm not saying for everybody, but like for the people that are like, nope, never read a book in my life. What if they can't make sense of the words on the page, therefore they don't create the pictures, therefore they don't.
Then they're missing out on a great part of life.
Oh, 100%.
However, there are things that can help, okay? So, one of the things is, as parents, have books in the house.
Yep.
And have books that you open every once in a while. You don't have to read the whole book, but if your child sees you sitting there with an open book, and I mean a real book, they'll be like, what is that? Tell me more.
Yep.
Read them stories. Now you can start out obviously with picture books, because you're not going to sit down with your 6-month-old and read them the Tales of Two Cities. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Now I'm just thinking of like a mom reading the Tale of Two Cities, and then it bleeds into a reenactment.
Or there's an old show called Cheers. Yes! Frasier was reading them A Tale of Two Cities, and he said it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. He mentioned something about a sewer, and he's like, and there was a clown. And then everyone in the bar were like, oh, I want to like hear what the rest of it is, because they weren't listening to the classical version of it.
Tale of Two Cities is a clown in it. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, like as parents, start to garner that interest of reading at the very beginning. If you don't read books, your child most likely won't read books either. The other thing too is, don't discourage when they want to read and they're frustrated. Let them take breaks. Because as a dyslexic person, one thing I find is I can read for 10 or 15 minutes and then the page does go blank for me. And I've either reread the same sentence like 20 times, or all the numbers and letters start to float off the page and I can't see them anymore.
Yep.
So then I know it's okay, take a break.
Yep.
Have a drink from your drink if you're having something, go off and, do some dishes or something. You don't have to take a whole like lunch hour break.
No.
But just take a few minutes and then come back to it.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, the longer you'll be able to read, first of all. And second of all, you'll start to enjoy the process.
Yes.
It
is about enjoyment of the process, and it's almost like creating a ritual, right? Like you need to like be in the right headspace to read. So if you try to read and you're thinking about taxes and or what your children are doing and or whatever your to-do list is, you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to like be in a space where you're going to be able to enjoy it. Audiobooks, that is how the only reading I get done recently is with audiobooks. But I choose to read books that I've read before while I'm getting ready for work.
Okay.
And then that's how I get my daily reading in. And then if I have time and I'm reading something new, I will actually sit down and enjoy it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I'm still reading every day.
And hone that idea that reading is an enjoyable thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's sort of like, if you say, oh, my kid opens the book and all they see is blank pages, that's like saying I sit my kid down at the piano and all they see is black and white keys and they don't know what to do. Well, of course they don't, because I haven't been taught, right?
Sorry, because I've tried to teach myself piano and it's hard.
It is hard.
It is extremely hard. Like,
Yeah.
and I want to learn.
Yes.
And I can't teach
Yes.
myself.
Yes.
Like-
so there are teachers for these kinds of
Yes,
things.
there really is.
And there's a reason there's teachers.
Managed to learn the flute. I think it's the two at once. Like the two staffs. I can't simultaneously do different things.
Right,
So
yeah.
like I know that's a limitation I have, but like I would love to be able to like make sure my kids can learn piano or like do that properly.
Or learn a musical instrument
Yeah.
of any kind, because it always adds to your life.
well, and it's math.
It's math, it's
math.
language,
Yeah.
it's rhythm, it's the appreciation of music,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not always playing the latest top 10 in your music class.
No.
And like I still love the song Bolero because of my music class,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's a beautiful song. And
Mine would be Farandole from the movie La Serenade.
oh, okay.
And that's like a 19 whatever. I couldn't tell you.
Right. Yeah.
know?
And we played a lot of Mozart and all that kind of stuff. And you come to appreciate those things. And you learn it beyond the Looney Tunes.
Or like Rocking Around the Clock. That sounds really good with the school band.
Oh, yeah. You learn Christmas songs a lot of the times. Yeah, a friend of mine, she was in this choir, and they only sang secular songs.
Nice.
So, well, even at holidays, they couldn't sing Christmas
Interesting.
songs. So I'm like, wow, that really limits your songbook then. And I don't think they were booked as much because they wouldn't sing Christmas songs. Because they were totally non-denominational.
But
I'm
that's good though, because then it makes your brain think of it different. Because like once Christmas is, it like is very niched.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of Christmas songs that are not like, lay in the manger, like not Holy Night or things
Good
like
King
that.
Wenceslas.
Good
I was
King
trying to figure out.
Wenceslas.
I was like, I know there's a good one.
Yeah, or Away in a Manger,
Yep.
those kind of songs. Those are definitely more hymns.
Yep.
But Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Mm-hmm. But they couldn't sing that because at
Up on the
Christmas
housetops.
they
Up
couldn't
on the
sing that because
housetops.
Santa's in it.
Oh yes.
What
What Frosty?
I think they could do Frosty. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that reminds me. So again, we were the French teacher was trying to find a French Christmas song that didn't mention Christmas today.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Even the French swear words bring in the church.
So true. So I think, yeah. So I'm sorry to anyone who wanted a card pulled, but I think.
Yeah, we're probably at our time, right?
Oh yeah, we're like 60 minutes ish almost.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're good. But if you want a card for next week,
Yeah, we can do that.
barring there isn't some
Snowstorm.
snowstorm, because we're getting into snowstorm season, put a comment even on this week's one to say you want a card. If you did it on Facebook, you can't do it there because we don't see it there. So you have to do it on the YouTube channel.
Yes, and if you did it on Facebook, we will try and go back and add your name to a list for next week.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do that this time, sure.
Just this time.
On the YouTube, on the Facebook. My kids make fun of me because
The Facebook,
the
YouTubes.
the YouTubes.
The YouTubes. Oh, that.
Hey, I've got a channel, so hey.
I should post more videos up on TikTok. TikTok is where I'm trying to be consistent.
I had someone in that was younger, of the younger version, and I asked if they were on Facebook. And they looked at me like I had 3 heads. Like, no.
It's literally the older generation.
It's
now.
the old people place, yeah. So, yeah, they were on Snapchat and TikTok. I'm
Snapchat's
like, technically I have a TikTok, but do I ever use it? Rarely.
You have 3.
Do I have 3? Oh,
I think you have 3.
maybe I've gone in and remade myself each
Yeah.
time.
Because I was trying to tag you to talk about Terra Delights, and it came up with I'll have to show you if my phone
Oh,
has enough
okay.
juice.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Well, I'll go in and see if I can find you and tell you this is the real me.
All right, have a happy Monday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, stay warm.
Yes, stay warm, ring the bell, subscribe, do all the lovely things.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.